Hey, it's Andy from Beyond Guitar, and welcome to the Deftones Digital Bath walkthrough. So here we go. Make sure your guitar is in tune. We have drop C tuning. C, G, C, F, A, D. It's a whole step down plus drop. So it's like drop D, a whole step lower. It's drop C. Here we go. So the very first riff of the song, I have my electric guitar, crunch sound going, but if you just crank your volume knob way down to like 1 or 2 or 3, just ever so slightly, so just turn your volume knob up a little bit, and you get just a little bit of crunch, but mostly clean. And then as the song goes, you might crank it up. So right now, instead of hitting buttons, stepping on pedals, changing patches, changing channels on the amp, I'm going to control the sound just simply with my volume knob. So a little bit of sound on the volume knob there, so you have essentially a clean-ish sound. And the first chord is a 4th fret bar. The tab says 4-4. Okay, you could get away with just playing a 4th fret bar, and this would be the simple way to play the song. 4th fret bar, open string. You could play one finger. That's the easy way. Okay, but the chords the Deftones are using are a little bit more complex because he's got this minor third in there. So 4-4, reach your pinky up to 7. There's your chord. Okay, and then on the next chord, 0-5-7, what you could do is just keep the 7 that you already have. Don't even move it. Use your middle finger to play the 5. And now you have 0-5-7. Take your middle finger away, put the bar back on, and so you switch back and forth like this. Okay, and the rhythm is a little tricky. You could just get away with a simple rhythm like this. The Deftones are actually playing kind of a da-da-da, like this. He's playing the bar chord, switching really fast to 0-5-7, like this, and then back to the bar chord again. So fast jump. Okay, and then eventually the variation at the end of the verse. He's going to be playing octaves, and the octaves are with these 2 fingers. And you kind of start on 0-5. I've got this finger on 7, even though it's not on the tab, but I'm getting it ready. And I slide up to 9 and 11. The tab doesn't indicate that there's an X on the 4th string. It's actually 0, 9, X, 11. The 4th string is being muted out. There's no notes there because my finger is bumping it. So it sounds like. Then you simply slide along up to 12. 15, 14, and the whole time that low string is just ringing away. And he's back to the verse riff again. So that repeats. Okay, what happens next? So now we're into the pre-chorus, and he plays a fret 2 bar chord. And on the tab, you can see that it says 2-2, and then it says 2-2-4. So he adds that extra note. That's what musicians would call the ninth of the chord, and it adds a little bit of dissonance. So start out with your basic bar chord, then add in the dissonance. Okay, and then we have a bend. Now on this bend, you're going to want to let go of any previous notes that were ringing, and you want to play this 4th fret bend without any extra sounds. So you got to make sure that you let go of any other notes. It's just one note alone. And with my pick in the side of my thumb, I'm actually blocking string 6 and string 5 because I don't want those strings to ring out at all. That way I get a nice clean note. Okay, then what happens? 4-2-2. That's easy. Then repeat. Notice this time he didn't play the bar. He just played one single note. 2, 4 with the bend. He wants it to sound less intense, so by playing just one note, it's less intense than the bar chord. So he's keeping it simple. He's keeping the sound nice and clear. Here's the sound. And then 0, 0, 0, 2, 3. Jump to the chorus. Okay, jump into the chorus. As soon as you play 0, 0, 0, 2, 3, you can crank up your volume knob and it gets more intense. So now we're into the chorus where your volume knob is all the way up and you play the same chords as before, this time just with a lot of sound. Okay, here comes those octaves that we worked on before. And we're back to the chords. And it eventually ends with that pre-chorus part that we just did. The same as before. Okay, let's skip ahead. So he's playing the chorus and he's rocking his chords nice and loud. Okay, and then what happens? He does some other octaves that are a little bit different this time. Let's talk about that. I don't think that he's really sounding that low D though. It's a little bit more clear. So what you do is you take the tip of your finger and you block out that low string. And so that string's just a dead string. And then you get a more clear sound. And then eventually it's double zero, right? So he just lifts his fingers up, then he's right back to it. Okay, here's the sound. the variation in the chorus. And then after that, he plays all the riffs that you've already learned, and so it's just repeating at that point until you get to the very last note of the song, 0, 0, 0. Okay, you could just play it with one hand, but if you want to do the full chord, 0, 0, 0, 2, 3. And the sound is just a little bit more full with that chord. Okay, we've reached the end of the song. I hope you think that this video is valuable. If so, drop a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.